Left, middle, right. What do we got, Nicole?
Oh, boy.
We got 2 headlines.
We got 2 of them. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. California blackout risks intensify amid soaring temperatures. This is a Wall Street Journal article.
Yeah, this is Wall Street Journal. Unfortunately, climate in our country is highly polarized. Okay.
Highly.
Today, slow news day here on the Tuesday after Labor Day weekend. I'm on CNN this morning, and they're talking about an iceberg in Antarctica that is hanging on by its fingernails. This is the exact terminology that CNN used to describe this situation. And by the way, it's been hanging on its fingernails for decades.
Yeah.
So it's going to fall into the ocean, and we're all going to be, swimming to work. Like,
well, we are swimming today.
Within hours. Today, if you're in the Northeast.
That's why we have our rain
If you're on the
jackets
East Coast, you're swimming today. But anyways.
We needed it, though.
These headlines are so ridiculous. It was a slow news day. I get it. And they needed some clicks. That's fine.
So you're calling it a racket, huh?
I'm not holding that against CNN. Back to California, blackout risks. Here's a wild thing that happened in the last week and a half if you're paying attention. California says, and I'm with this, by the way. Okay. I'm with this. California says, well, I'm with it in the sense that I like the push of EV vehicle, electric, electric run vehicles. They say we're not going to sell any new vehicles past 2035 that are not electric vehicles. So 100% of sales in California at 2035 and after have to be EVs. Okay. Less than a week later, Newsom, the governor in California, says, don't plug in your car because we're about to have a blackout because of severe temperatures. Right. That is absurd. Well, the hypocrisy of these government officials.
Build the infrastructure.
Like, I need a headline a week ago, so I'm going to be so, I'm going to be Mr. Climate Change. Okay. And I'm going to say we're not going to sell gas guzzling cars. And then a week later, I tell you can't plug in your car. You can't do that. You can't make me buy an electric vehicle and then tell me I can't plug it in. So how do I tie this into real estate?
I mean, he's giving you 13 years to figure it out, though.
Right. He's giving everybody 13 years, and obviously that'll never happen. That's too short of a time frame for this to happen.
Clearly.
Now, here's where I would, if I'm a California agent. This isn't good for me. Okay. I don't know how I spin it if I'm you. It's a mess. The signaling that they're giving. But if I'm Utah, if I'm Las Vegas, if I'm Nevada,
come on over.
If I'm
cross the line,
if I'm Austin, Texas, if I'm any of these locations that Californians have been flocking to, I'm putting out on my blog, I'm putting out on my YouTube channel, a lot of information about how we don't have an issue charging our car. We don't have an issue charging our phone. We don't have an issue with electricity, because I promise you, electricity is a thing that we all need to survive. It's like water and air. You need electricity. In America, we like electricity.
We like it. We don't maybe need, we need it, but.
And if these guys aren't going to figure out, listen, we need more American-owned power. So like, another thing in California, they're voting. They got rid of all these nuke plants. Well, I think just this past week or this week coming up, they're going to vote, and they're actually going to keep the last nuke plant online because they need the damn power, right? Bobby's shaking his head. They're going to say yes to this. We actually need, and I'm saying this with somebody from, I was a nuclear mechanic for 3 years. No, a legit nuclear mechanic. That was my job title. At a nuclear power plant in Connecticut.
With zero education for it.
I worked at a nuclear submarine power plant for 5 years. That was my education. Anyways, not to go way off topic here.
No, you like it.
We should be building nuclear power. We should be building more power in our country so that we can not be faced with these situations. Now, I don't think you're going to see nuke plants get built in California. Earthquakes, they do have some issues there to be concerned about. I don't think that's going to happen, but yet you can't say that you've got to go one way, and my point is residents are going to get frustrated. You're going to continue to see some people say, I'm going to just go to a place that has making logical sense with electricity. And if you're in one of those locations where Californians are coming in, you can take advantage of it. So that would be my take on all of these radical climate headlines that you are reading. first of all, take the headline with a grain of salt, dig a little deeper, see what's really happening. I just laid it out for you what's really happening in California, and then how can you use it to your advantage in your market.
All right. Next one is CNBC. Apple's big iPhone 14 event kicks off on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow?
It's one of the big weeks of the year, every year, where they announce the new phones.
You going to get in line?
And we used to have as an interview on our team, an interview question. Are you green bubbles?
Are you green bubbles?
Or are you blue bubbles? Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like, are you left or are you right? Right?
It's really not at all.
It's not.
It's green or it's blue.
Well, no, some Android people are very passionate, and I'm a passionate iPhone person.
You are extremely passionate.
In the comments, are you green bubbles or blue bubbles?
Do you know that the green bubble people don't even know what that means?
Yeah, well, because they've never seen the blue bubble.
Yeah, they don't even know what that means.
They don't
know that you can actually
side.
name your group chats.
Yeah.
They don't know any of that. Or you can add people to a text thread.
We used to ask the question because, and my tip is, real estate entrepreneurs out there, if you're trying to build a little media division or a marketing division, or you're trying to hire somebody who's going to help you take your marketing, your branding to the next level, I promise you, if they're using green bubbles, they're going to be a bad hire.
Ooh.
Okay, so this question, when you ask somebody, are you blue bubbles or green bubbles, it gives you insight into how savvy are they with creating content, with how social media works, with just how technology works in 2022, 2023 landscape.
This should be a fun experiment.
If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Hit the thumbs up if you're blue bubbles. But I would never hire somebody. We've now broken that rule with some agents. We do have some agents with green bubbles.
Or you've given them your phone.
Or I've given them other phones to switch over to blue bubbles because I can't stand looking at green bubbles.
I think we only have one agent with a green bubble.
Yeah. Now, I would never, ever, ever hire someone creatively creating content, a creator who's on green bubbles. They don't even exist. I've actually met somebody creative who's on green bubbles.
Okay.
All right. So
wow,
that would be my last take. It is a
today.
divisive take at times, but I thought it should be said.
I think it only gets divisive if you're a green bubble.
Yeah. It only sucks if you're using an Android. I'm sorry, Android users. I love you guys. Appreciate you.
But you don't.
Hey guys, appreciate you checking out this episode of The Real Word. If you want the full episode, go over to the Broke Agent YouTube. That's where we're hosting the full podcast. If you want to continue to see the segments broken out and the short clips, stay right here on The Real Word YouTube.